American politicians have been appearing all over Canadian news talking about, please, Canadians, come back to visiting us. Take a look.
Just to reinforce the idea that Maine welcomes Canadian visitors, Canadian businesses, Canadian citizens.
They're going to be starving because the Canadians used to come over. They're our friends, they're our neighbors. They used to spend weekends here in New York City staying at your hotels. And now they're saying we're not coming. The president needs to reset that relationship now. Let them come.
Today we launched a new international campaign focused on encouraging Canadians to come visit the great state of California.
I'll leave links to the videos below. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but the translation, it's really hitting our economy hard without all of these Canadian tourism dollars that we're used to. So please ignore what your eyes and ears are showing you on the news and just come visit our quaint towns. Check out these beachfront views. Check out our cute border cities. And don't worry about any of that other dangerous stuff. We really, really miss you, your money, and you. Hugs and kisses, America. Are you dumb? Despite whatever y'all are teaching your kids in schools, we don't live in igloos, okay? We have TV, we have the internet, we can see what's going on. Hell no, we don't want to come down there. Are you insane? After threatening the entire sovereignty of this country, after calling us the 51st state, after calling our prime ministers governors, you really think that we're just going to award that behavior with our hard-earned dollars? After costing thousands of Canadians their jobs with your bullshit taco tariffs, you really think that we're going to just put all of our national pride aside and just come down to America and pretend that things are just the way they used to be? After a Canadian died in ICE custody, you think that we're all just flocking over there? Not to mention all of the Canadians who were illegally detained for days, sometimes weeks, even before this death? Get a grip. And unlike the people of Iran, it's not like Americans were the victims of some sort of coup. They voted for this. They had hatred and racism in their hearts, and they voted for this. They bought the paraphernalia, the hats, the t-shirts. They bought the stickers. They put it on the bumpers of their cars that are now being repossessed. You made this bed, and we don't want to sleep in it with you. And it really gets me that Kamala Harris really could have prevented this, okay? All she would have had to do was come out and say, I will not continue to bankroll the genocide of mostly children. But she couldn't do it because in America, and honestly, just like over here, our politicians are in some sort of unholy, open secret alliance with Israel that seems to supersede any sort of duty that they have to their country, their countrymen, their constituents, and frankly, even international law. The last 2 years have proven that, but if you're unsure, let me tell you, just go and watch the Zoran Mamdani mayoral debate and you will be convinced. Here's a sample.
Visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first? Mr. Cuomo?
Given the hostility and the anti-Semitism that has been shown in New York, I would go to Israel.
Mr. Tilson, where would you go?
Yeah, I'd make my 4th trip to Israel, followed by my 5th trip to Ukraine, 2 of our greatest allies fighting on the front lines of the global war on terror.
Mr. Mamdani?
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel as mayor?
I will be doing, as the mayor, I'll be standing up for Jewish New Yorkers and I'll be meeting them wherever they are across the 5 boroughs, whether that's in their synagogues and temples or at their homes or at the subway platform, because ultimately we need to focus on delivering on their concerns.
And just yes or no, do you believe in a Jewish state of Israel?
I believe Israel has the right to exist.
Not
as a Jewish state?
As a state with equal rights.
He won't
Not
say
as
it has a right to
Jewish
exist
state.
as a Jewish state. Be very
And
clear.
his answer was no, he won't visit Israel.
I said that.
That's what he was trying to say.
No, unlike you answer questions directly.
All right,
and I want to be very
answered-
clear. I believe every state should be a state of equal rights.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mamdani.
Now, why are they badgering the would-be mayor of New York with questions like, are you going to go to Israel? Does Israel matter to you? Should they be a Jewish supremacist state? Hello? The guy is running for mayor of New York. It is so patently obvious what is going on here. There is an establishment that is protecting this weird blood for money relationship that they have with Israel. And it exists in Canada too. Let's not forget Justin Trudeau called himself a Zionist and Mark Carney's out here running his mouth about, oh, Palestinians should have a Zionist state. Fuck you. But even if Canadians were willing to take the enormous risk of traveling to the States, if they just really need to have some of your chlorine washed chicken down there, there are also the many many ICE kidnappings that are happening over there. People in balaclavas and unmarked cars running up on literally anyone and everyone. Women with newborn moms coming out of the hospital with babies, children as young as 2 and 4 years old who have cancer. They're picking up whoever they want, including Canadians. And if you do get picked up by one of these goons, any number of things can happen to you. You can get disappeared because that's happening. You can get sent to that El Salvadorian death camp that they have all these people on their arms, on their hands and knees, like bent over. Like it's so reminiscent of the slave trade. And if you're under the impression that this is only happening to criminals, let me remind you of Kilmar Obrego Garcia. This picture that I'm showing you right now, Donald Trump said, this is not doctored. This is a real photo. And no, there's no editing. You can clearly see it says MS-13 and there's your proof. He's MS-13. Are you fucking kidding me? That guy got disappeared. And it was basically a running joke about whether or not he was ever going to get sent back. The president of El Salvador giggling like a schoolgirl with Trump about, I don't know, I can't bring him if Trump doesn't want me to. And I guess it's out of my, you're the president. And an El Salvadorian prison death camp isn't the only place that you might get sent to, because America has also now started deporting people to countries they're not even from. So you might not even get sent to a prison. You just might get deported to another place that's not Canada and then, figure it out.
Beg your biggest pardon?
But even getting sent to a random country might be better than what's behind door number 3, because in Florida, they're building something called, and I kid you not, Alligator Alcatraz.
Oh, crikey.
It is going to be a prison in some sort of swamp in Florida that is surrounded by live alligators so that they may eat you living should you escape. Because that is what a civilized society does. That is how America is being made great again.
That's a good one.
As if being stuck in Florida, in any place that is not a resort, wasn't punishment enough. You want me to sit in a detention center, possibly for no fucking reason at all, surrounded by alligators. And you're asking Canadians to come and visit you.
Are you doing drugs?
So to Governors Healy, Mills, Hochul, whatever, Newsom. First of all, Gavin Newsom, you should probably focus on trying to fill out some papers for asylum here in Canada, because I hear Trump's trying to take over your state and arrest you.
Yay.
But to all of you, I say, get your house in order before you try inviting us over again. Okay? Because really, there is no reason to go down there to America right now. No reason at all. If Canadians want to have a nice, warm holiday, Mexico's right there. Okay? You'll probably get a lot more bang for your buck, and you definitely won't be deported to a slave camp or some random country or be stuck floating in the middle of live alligators waiting to eat you. So until those things are no longer the case, and until you guys stop calling us the 51st state, until you stop attacking our sovereignty and bullying everybody, until you guys can either impeach, vote out, or do something about this clown that you've put in charge of your country, stop inviting us over, okay?
It's not going to happen.
I mean, look at these rotund bastards putting all of their weight on these people that they're arresting. If you were to get an injury in the States, you would be also financially ruined, by the way, okay? Because even riding in an ambulance is like thousands of dollars. Just get your head together. Get your head together and start making some sense. Stop coming over here telling us to ignore all the shit that's going on down there, and maybe start acting like you want to stand up for your people, because all I'm seeing is Democrats attacking other Democrats, doing nothing to fix the situation with Trump. All I'm seeing is you guys rolling over while your country is being taken over by people like Elon Musk, and we're not interested in hanging out with you anymore. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't. Help us get to our next big marker of 1,000 subscribers. And thank you for 100 subscribers. Bread in captivity.